Up, everybody? Big Boonsky here, coming at you. Not really with an update or anything. Just on my last video, I saw a comment that Jan from up there at the Northview Model Shop posted, asking me how I was going to do the molded engine removal from the shop truck that I'm working on. So I decided to do a little video here and explain how I was going to do that, and show you guys how I do a little bit of the modifications that I do. Now, I don't have a lot of stuff yet. I'm still my first year into this, so I don't have a rotary tool or a stylus, as you would call it, or whatever people are using, Dremel. I don't have that yet. It'll make life a lot easier when I do get it, but right now I have to do stuff old school, by hand. So being that I do it that way, I'll still make this little video and show you guys how I did what I did. Alright, let me adjust this camera a little bit and then I'll show you guys what I got going on here. Now, some of the tools I use to do this are my X-Acto blade with a nice new blade. Before I start doing any body modifications, I always change the blade. My pin vise, this comes in very handy. Be careful, go slow. It doesn't take much pressure, and you can jam this right through your finger if you slip, or right through your hand. So this is a cutting tool, and be careful as such. Other thing I use, toenail clippers with these pliers kind, have a really nice pointy tip on them and a really clean cutting edge. So I like to use these as well as my heavier duty snips for removing stuff from the sprue trees. And then I have a small pair of needle nose and a bigger pair of needle nose. Also, I have two different size sanding sticks. I use these big ones as well as a much smaller one. Still a pretty heavy grit, and that allows me to get into some tighter areas. And then I have a couple of files that I used for shaping also. You'll need those. Now, any of you that have had this record kit, know that the bottom half of the engine comes molded into the chassis. The top half of the engine comes molded into the engine compartment, wheel wells and firewall in the front piece here. I wanted to remove all this so I could install a standalone engine in this truck. Now, if you do this the way I do it, as you can see, I started right here. If you look at this fuel cell, I've got two little holes right there in front of it. Now, what I do is I'll pick a starting point, and I'll just go along the edge of the fuel cell here, and I'll just keep going real slow. Just make my hole. And this takes a while. I mean, if you're going to do this, it does take a long time. So then I'll just move over, not even barely 1/8 of an inch, just enough to leave a little piece of plastic in there, and make another hole. Okay? Now, like I said, this is time consuming because you do have to go slow, but I like the control it gives you. I can go slow, I can really plan out, and through the different elevation changes, whether it be the chassis or the wheel wells, engine compartment, or whatever, through ups and downs and different shapes in the styrene, I can still have control enough to do this, rather where a rotary tool or dragging your X-Acto knife you may go astray. So I'll make holes all the way around the piece that I want to cut out, and then I'll come in with my really pointy snips, stick them in two holes, and just snip that little piece of plastic that's left. Now, once you do that, this piece is just going to fall right out, and you're going to be left from the holes, you're going to be left with a very jagged, very ugly piece of styrene. But that's alright, because same deal with this chassis. I had very ugly, line all the way around here where I cut the piece out. So then you just come in with your X-Acto knife, trim off all the little pieces of styrene that's around the edge of the chassis that you want. Come in with my file and just, you know, made it all nice and straight. Come in with my sanding sticks or my sanding boards, you know, just smoothed it all out, and what I'm left with was a nice clean chassis. Same thing with the body. You know, I've still got to do a little bit of work as far as like the firewall. I'm going to reshape it a little bit more, and the wheel wells, I don't know if I'm going to rebuild them or not. Being that the front wheels I'm going to put in here are really big, but I have plenty of room to install batteries, engine, and the engine I'm going to use for this wrecker actually came out of this kit. This was the Tester's Boyd's hauler. I never used this kit. I got it from a friend of mine, and it was actually just pieces of a kit. He had cannibalized it for something else, but what was in here was the full engine setup, which is the Corvette LT1 and a 700 R4 automatic transmission. So I have my GMC wrecker, and I have my Corvette engine that's going to go in it. So that by cutting all that out, it gave me the room I needed and everything I needed to do. So what's up, son? Look at your face. Look at your face. We need to go clean your face. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
So that's it, guys. Just showing you what I did, and hope it was insightful. And if not, let me know. And if you guys want to see anything else, let me know that too. All right. You guys take care. We'll see you later.